Alright guys, so I am back with the Honda. It's been a minute, but I am back to try and figure it out because I don't know, it's not running right. And that other knock sensor I got like broke or something. I don't know, it was just some cheap one, so I got a better one that's fit in there now. And I believe the ignition timing's off, so I got a timing light right here. And from when I took the distributor off, because I should have just left it on there, but the video I watched, the guy took it off and the wheel got messed up when I put it back on because it wasn't aligned for whatever reason, and now I got a whole mess. But I believe I can just find timing. They say that you got to use the one for top dead center, and then there's a red mark on there. Now the only thing I can see that's red is the 3 marks before top dead center. It's the middle one. Could be wrong, but that's what I come up with. So that's what I'm gonna go off of, and I'm just gonna see what I find. So you gotta do it idling, and then you gotta clip it on cylinder number 1 here, and then see how it reads. But guys, what it's doing right now is it'll run, and whenever you touch the gas it'll bog, but then like if you tap the gas a lot, like it'll rev up, but like when you try to hold it, it'll like bog and then come back up, bog, come back up, and it's running really rich. So like it's got to be the ignition timing, because it ran fine before and I haven't changed anything, so that's got to be the cause. So I'm just see what I find here. Hopefully it fixes it, and well, hopefully I find something wrong so I can fix it. Alright, so that only took a few seconds. So I just had it running, I shut it back off, and I had the timing light pointing down there like I was showing you guys. And this is just a guess, but from what I saw, because I highly doubt that the camera would even be able to pick it up, but it was what looked to be like 10 degrees after top dead center. It's supposed to be 15 degrees before, and so there's like some connection that these guys are showing in their videos. I want to say it's under the let's see, the glove, it's locked. I want to say it's under the glove box, something that they want you to unplug. And is that unlock? Yeah, something that they want you to unplug and put, like, you can put a paper clip in it or something for setting your timing. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but let me find that and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right guys, so on these it's actually classified in the 98 to 2002 Honda Accords. There is no service connector, so what you actually have to do is you have to use a scanner tool, or there's a paperclip trick too, where you gotta ground it through the OBD2 port, because it's in the OBD2 port. It's not its own connector. For whatever reason, Honda was dumb, and the Accord, especially the Accord, is different. I think the Civics and all the other things have them, but nope, not the Accord. So anyways, what I'm going to do, because the timing is still off and it's not sparking until after top dead center, I'm going to take it apart for like the 3rd or 4th time. This is going to be the 3rd time. And make sure that I put the belt on wrong, because I am human. I do make mistakes too. I have no idea what I'm doing. This was my first time basically even, well, I worked on that one truck that you guys saw, that Silverado, but this is my first time doing a timing belt on a car. I've done timing chains on 4-wheelers, but anyways, this is the biggest thing I've done to a car is unhooking all this stuff. And I feel like on this, like I wasn't far away from fucking just dropping the motor out of it, but you know how it is. So I'm just gonna make sure that I didn't mess up and that everything is timed exactly right. I looked up at work how how Honda wants you to time it. So I'm gonna make sure that I didn't get off or anything like that, and make sure that like completely eliminate the belts. Also, I have a cap, the rotor in there, wires, and spark plugs on their way. So everything to do with the spark to tune it up, make sure that that can't be the problem. And then like if it's still wrong, then I don't know, honestly. I'm just gonna have to give up. So let me start taking this all back apart. So I just pulled the dipstick out. It's over there. That's just a little 10 millimeter on the side of the alternator bracket. And I got the alternator tensioner bolt out, and now I'm undoing the top bolt for the alternator right here. And then there's also one on the bottom that holds the bolt for the tensioner. There's a bolt that goes this way and one that goes this way. And then the alternator will be able to come off of there. And then you gotta take the alternator bracket off to get to the power steering pump. And then once that stuff's out of there, then you can get to the timing cover. But you gotta pull the valve cover off, and then you can really get at the timing covers. And then what I'm for sure gonna do this time, I'll probably take the tire off just so it's out of the way. And I'm definitely gonna take off the shields and all that stuff just so I can see right in there. Because the first time I didn't, I just used the whole kind of winged it, kind of just, you know, went with the flow of things. And well, obviously I messed up somewhere because it ran just fine before, and now it's barely drivable. So I'm just gonna make sure that I didn't mess things up too bad. I mean, it still runs, so I didn't, you know, I was close, if that counts. But anyways, let me get this stuff apart and the belts out of the way and the covers out of the way, and I'll show you guys what's going on. Okay guys, so I got it all apart now, and I guess I didn't explain in the last clip the reason why I'm doing this again and checking the timing belts and all that was because the ignition timing is not adjustable. Like maybe a degree or two at best. Like there's no adjustment. Like it's only 2 bolts right there on the other side. It's not like any other one, like a Civic or anything. It doesn't have the top one. It's not like that. It's not fully pivotable. Like there is like no movement. So if it's not right, it has to be the belt. So I took it further apart this time to fully look at it. I even took the whatever the small belt pulley off, so it's straight down to the point here. And let me get down, show you guys. So if you guys can see that, you guys can see that. So right above the cotter pin is an arrow, and it's not quite lined up with the case yet. So it's like right here, and the case is like over just a little bit. You guys can, oh, let me, okay, it's a little bit dimmer now. So you guys can see that now. So it's not quite lined up, okay? And so then you go up here. So it needs to go this way, a little bit back, which would put this gear back just a hair more. Well, this gear right now, so up is supposed to be facing up. And so the cam gear's, well, okay, so one of the sprockets on the cam gear is actually broken on this. And who knows how that happened. And so up is actually supposed to be up. You know, that's why it says up. That's supposed to be the one right in the center. So here's a line on this side, and there's a line on this side. Audio might have been weird because my flashlight was right under it. But so this gear has to come back and the crank gear has to come forward a little bit. But, so the timing was off. So I already slipped the belt forward a tooth, hoping to adjust for the timing. Well, that maybe made it run a little bit better, but it's still off. Well, based off of what the lines are, this is way off, like 3 teeth, I'd say. And there's also, you know, marks for the other ones. Like I lined it when I took it apart, but like this, I'm assuming this is an oil pump, and the one on the other side is the counterbalance, and then, you know, you got your crank, your cam, and then your water pump on this one, and then just tensioner bearings in the middle. So that's supposed to line up there. That one's supposed to line up like on the top and the bottom. And then obviously your tensioner is going to have a little bit to do with how they line up, but it shouldn't be like throwing it off. Like, I mean, on some things you got to account for it, like with the slack and stuff. Like I still got to take the spring off of this one so I can pop it off. And so anyways, that's the problem. The timing is way off. I did it wrong. I didn't take my time. I just tried to line up the old one and slap the new one on there. Well, actually, I had to take the head off first. But, you know, I didn't take my time, and I didn't check to see if things were lined up. And, you know, my fault. So I know for next time, I'm getting pretty good at taking this thing apart. So if I have to do another one, I know what I'm doing. I mean, guys, you just got to learn from your mistakes. And you can't, like, learn new things until you try new things. And, you know, it's all part of, you know, getting the hang of things and, you know, becoming, like, a better mechanic. You just got to start somewhere, and you'll like everyone's kind of the same, so like, you know, you just got to make sure that they're lined up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that all of my marks are lined up, put it back together. Well, I'll show you when they're lined up.